all live by this river. Sewer's been dumped in this river. You can't eat no fish. You can't fish from that river, right? Mm-hmm. How are you going to have the solution and you've been in power the whole time? Mm-hmm. There hasn't been a Democrat that's been for governor for Florida in 24 years, dog. So if you had the solution the whole time, basically you're telling this to me. I'm going to wait for election time to be like, hey guys, look, I can fix the issue. Put me in power. I can fix this issue. But has been in power for 24 years.
Yeah, but that's a typical politician play.
It is political play. But I'm saying I like.
And you gotta remember too, Republicans go against Republicans. It's not like this whole Republican conglomerate has these certain things. Like there's certain people that represent certain things, and they're gonna push certain things forward, even within political parties. Yeah.
No,
like you gotta look at, for example, the whole Hillary Clinton and Obama. Same political party, two different worlds.
I'm gonna say this personally. I never supported Hillary.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. That's why she didn't win.
Hillary. Why? Because Hillary to me was politics. I support politicians for different things. My personal agenda. Bernie caught me because I'm very big on free education. Mm-hmm. To me, I grew up feeling like coming from a poverty felt area. Everybody keeps saying they don't have this opportunity. If education is the key, right? Yeah. Give everybody the key. A lot of people can't go to college because is it them family make too much money, and it's like, even though we make too much money in this society, we can't afford college. Bernie was talking about even getting college education for free, right?
Yeah.
To me, that's what Bernie caught me with. I can care less.
Isn't that something that the state of New York does already though for residents?
Yeah, state of New York.
Yeah, but that's New York. You know what I'm saying? But that's a private center. Then we want to make this public. Let's make this.
You're talking about a federal thing.
Let's make this countrywide. Let's make college education free. Now, everybody who wants a college education to get this right degree to be better off in life, that opportunity is sitting right there. If you can get through college now, you ain't got no excuse. It's not like high school when it's like you just could show up. Because in Jamaica, it's changing now. But before, it couldn't be like you're just going to show up. Because mommy and daddy ain't going to pay
for hard.
You have to work hard because we ain't. Mama's gonna look at you and tell you that, Trevor.
We should be recording all this.
No,
we really should.
No, I can.
Technically, yeah.
Usually our political posts
don't go too good. So I'm just
even on the numbers, but these are like good topics because even like when you was bringing up Bernie Sanders, what is a socialist? What is socialism?
I mean, I think you
like real talk.
I don't know socialism.
No,
it's like isn't it like where everyone's equal type thing?
I don't know.
I believe this is where everyone's like on.
All right, no,
everyone gets the same.
I want to say this. Based
field.
on me saying that, I am not. My political belief is not Republican or Democrat. If I would label myself, in my opinion, I would say independent. I'm gonna tell you why. I like Democrat now because Democrat is fighting for the causes that we like for right now. But in the earlier on of the civilization, I kind of felt like I was more Republican because when slavery was becoming free, right? Democrats was like, we don't really care. Y'all can do what you really want, but it was more like Republicans fighting in Republican. When it was time to go through segregation, they did not step in and was like, yo, let me stop segregation. You feel what I'm saying? Because it didn't benefit them at the time.
Yeah.
You feel me? They voted for segregation. So based on that, it depends on what part of history and how you felt politically, you can address these matters. But I would say for belief now, for what I'm believing in now, right? I do like what the Democrat is going for. Now, there's things I don't like about Andrew Gillum. Because Andrew Gillum wants to stop charter schools. My kids are in charter school. You feel what I'm saying? I do like charter school because I do like smaller classrooms. I feel like the public school system is good, but when there's so much kids inside of a classroom, teacher gets lost in the sauce. There's like 30, 40 kids in a classroom, and the teacher has to make sure all 30, 40 kids is good. In charter schools, the classes are broken down smaller.
Mind you, that just remind me. Did someone bring up about that story about that black guy beat up that student?
Oh, the teacher?
Yeah, I don't know the full details on that.
Yeah,
I saw the two videos. I saw the complete ass whooping. Then I saw the previous video of where the kid was talking all this junk into his man's face, and he keeps walking away. He's not trying to engage in this, but then something ticked him off where he just swung for his head.
And the teacher?
The teacher.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of teacher.
I suppose he got locked up too.
Because it's not even that one of my kids.
These kids are wild, man.
My favorite teacher in my kid's charter school just got fired because about a black. I mean, he's mixed, but a black American kid became gangster on him, started cursing at him. You feel me?
That's what
And
happened to
hit the man, dog. So he hit the man. He went boom and snatched the little girl up. Right when he snatched her up, they fired him because he should have just. Even though she hit him, he should have just walked out of the classroom.
But it's like everyone say, "Yo, yeah, you should have walked away." But how much can you retake like that?
Yeah.
Like when these kids are that unruly.
It's not like you can walk around your own classroom. Like,
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. Let's get away from politics.
let's turn on this talk, man. I don't care about. Like, it's not like we got sponsors.
I got things I'm happy about because
let's
as
talk.
I was telling Dennis earlier, the countdown Woodrow's release date is December 8th. You feel what I'm
Wow,
saying?
that's good.
You feel what I'm saying? Jamaica's on a countdown for it.
Can we just turn the mic?
It-
Turn the
it's
mics
on.
on.
Just continue.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean,
Please, intro.
yeah, yo,
We do
guys.
something unique this time. Go ahead.
It's the One Pop Podcast.
Really though?
But yes, guys, welcome back. One Pot Podcast, episode 29. Mad things going on. All type of sitting. This is your boy CN.
Yo, this is Donville.
Trev.
That is.
Yo,
I'm
so
going first this time.
all right, go on, dog. Start it.
I got news,
And I got a question to ask
brother.
later. No, because mine is going to get ignorant later. So,
All right, that's
no,
fine.
go ahead.
Yeah, let's get mad with it.
All right, so I've been waiting for this day
Mm.
for a mighty long time.
All right, the wait is over.
I've been waiting 16 years for this day.
Yes.
16 years.
Yes.
16 years.
It's not like Kingdom Hearts is finally officially coming out, dog.
Nah, no video games.
Oh my god.
okay.
All right, something
Why
serious.
is that so surprising?
Dude,
There's always
No,
a video game.
Yeah, you said 16 years,
Raise
dog.
suspense.
you're not
Yeah,
going
for
to
real.
need to explain your past 15 years. Well, okay.
What is it? Is it Bad Boys 3 coming out?
What's going on,
I
Dennis?
don't care about Bad Boys.
I
to
mean,
be
I
honest.
care about Bad
Like,
Boys
everybody's
3.
getting hype over that.
There's gonna be a lot of good movies next year.
Like,
It's my boy Will Smith and Martin back together, dog.
nah, let me get that Infinity Wars Part 2.
That's coming out too. All right, like Dennis, back to what you were
Okay.
saying.
Yes, the meat of the issue.
so.
Pause.
So first, shout outs to my little brother.
All right, shout out to little brother,
Shout
dog.
outs.
Shout outs. Yo, he finally gave me the bat signal, dog.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, to pick him up?
bat signal. He's like, yo,
Oh, the man of a catty, dog. Yeah.
yo. He was like, yo, I need a favor. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he's like, well, basically, I got a date with this girl I'm talking to, and I was like, that's my dog right there. I was like,
That's my dog.
So like, as soon as he said that, I am automatically obligated to say yes.
Yo, Dennis is like, what do you
Stop
need?
it.
I got you.
It's Marble.
It's echoes.
Oh, marble breaks, bro.
Echoes. Thank you. I appreciate
Marble
that.
breaks, bro. Believe
But
me,
like, I'm
I've
sitting
seen
there,
it
he's like,
happen.
oh, I'm going on a date with this girl and whatever. And he's like, I know if I tell mom that I'm going on a date, she's not gonna take me to the movies.
Bet.
Drop me off. So what I need you to do is act like me and you are going to the movies together. And then, I'll go do my thing and then you just pick me up afterwards.
Pick you up app.
So I was like, what time does the movie start? He's like, oh, we're gonna go anywhere between 7 and 10.
All right.
He confirmed it is 7.
So you see the catty?
No, I didn't see her yet. I want to
Keep
see
on
what she
calling her
looks like.
Catty. My God.
Yo,
Come on, man.
I need to see what.
There's a Me Too moment going
Girl,
on,
man.
sir.
Come on, Cien.
Yo, man, yeah,
lady.
my dog is a catty. Yo, look, until there's a title, right now she's a catty dog.
So like,
I do not condone that message.
It was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be at 7 and stuff like that. He's like, so you think you could do it? I was like, bet. Like, no questions.
Whatever you need,
after
I
that.
got you.
No questions, dog. Like
Say
that
no
right
more.
there, that in that situation, I am my brother's keeper. Like that is one. That's the first time he ever told me he was going on a date with a female.
Oh,
I knew he wasn't like that.
okay.
But that's the confirmation. The confirmation's always.
Well, how old is he?
He's 16.
Okay, yeah, man.
Yeah, he's going on a little date to the movies and all that. I don't
Good
know.
age.
Yo, but he throw the back signal. You know this Donville.
Yeah.
He's
You know,
like,
'cause-
if she doesn't have, if her cousin can't take her, can you go ahead and pick her? I was like, yeah, I got
Bet.
you, dog. I was like, no worry, I got you, dog.
She good like that for you to pick her up?
I don't know,
That's my
man.
little,
Yeah.
my little
Yeah,
brother's going
I was-
on.
You gotta be a certain. You gotta be a certain pedigree, though.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm gonna let him do his thing.
Because if she come out the house and
You see, me too, dog. She's
I'm
like
like,
catty right now, dog.
chill. She is not a caddy. She's a young girl. Okay?
Yo, she's a young catty then, dog.
Oh my gosh.
No offense
Yeah.
to the ladies, but if she comes out of the crib looking hit, I'm gonna let him go do his thing, and then we're gonna have that conversation.
Nah, she come out looking hit. I'm like,
Wait, no, look.
y'all gotta
Yo,
go.
look,
I got
look.
something to do. I can't
Look.
drop y'all off. I
Look,
changed my
beauty's
mind.
on the skin
After
deep.
my brother said his gas tank low, he had to go to the gas station right quick. And
No,
No,
coming
dog.
back.
No.
it was
Look,
crazy.
look, Dennis.
coming
But
back.
Dennis, look. You see, you talk about 16 years. Beauty's on the skin deep, and sometimes you need a tutorial. You feel me? You may have to play the tutorial first.
So scared of where this is going.
Yo, if your mother never showed you tutorial, we're like,
No, all right. Look, it's down.
my family has no time for that, yo.
No, well, Downfield. I'm gonna let you
No.
know, Downfield. My mother, all right, look, and I said this before. My mother basically tell me, dog, if you would have jumped to the other side of the fence and not to spread any negativity towards anybody and their preference. You see what I'm saying? But my mom was like, yo, you can't bring that around here, so you have to bring a catty into this house. And I'm using the word catty loosely, right? Because even when I was younger, the first time I can say I started showing any sign of love, she was like, yo, you too young for love, dog. Like, don't try to hold on to that. Focus in your life first. But I guess I wanted love in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But me saying that, you see how you guys talking about the way she look and things like that? That to me is a young catty dog. Even if she's ugly, even if she's not ugly, beauty is skin deep. Because sometimes people, I'm gonna say this, people pay attention to the different things. I see some people who have some beautiful ladies, and you see the dude, they be like, dad, yo, how did you get that? You feel what I'm saying? And then she be holding him down. So it's more like, to each their own.
Man, I'm not talking about, okay, is she beautiful or whatnot. I'm talking about, is she presentable?
I mean,
If you're going on a date, there should be certain things you should look for. She can't be coming out in some sweatpants.
Yeah, but
crazy.
I'm saying, but look, one man terrorist
Like-
is the next man freedom fighter. I don't think it's
Hey,
what it should
it's-
look like.
I think there's a standard if you go on a date, man. You can't be looking crazy.
Agree.
No,
And
I
that
mean,
needs to
but
be
look,
strict.
Yo, but look, I don't think
You can't let
yo,
nothing slide like that.
We're saying this, and it's all to your local brother's preference, because one man terrorist is the next man freedom fighter. You know what I mean? Not because you think somebody needs to look that way. His preference may be like, yo, I don't even care what she wears come out of the house. I mean, for us,
Well,
we do have.
that's the thing. He needs to care. It's a date. That's why it's a date.
There you go, Downfield.
You gotta be presentable. You know what I'm saying? If I see my little brother looking crazy, about to go on a date, I will stop him.
I asked him what she looked like. He said, check Snap.
What?
Check Snap.
Check Snap.
How you
His
doing?
Snap?
Snapchat.
Oh, you just told him that right now? All right, we about to see
Right.
Oh.
live action, y'all. We about to see the reaction.
You're about to see the reaction.
But-
Yo, I'm gonna let you know. If he's saying check that, that means
Turn
his
your
confidence
media
is
down,
high.
bro.
It's down.
Yeah, his confidence is high.
Okay, I can't
Why she
judge.
got
me see,
all
let me
that
see, let me see,
filter
let me
on,
I can't
yo?
judge with a filter.
Yeah, why she got a filter on?
But she's black though.
Dang, Trev.
No, all right, look, yo,
Well, she's so
yo,
hard.
based on the nose,
But no,
right?
she's got the puppy filter on Snapchat,
Yeah.
I'm be like, no filter. Hold on.
Like,
Yeah, no,
you
she
can't
look nice.
see
She look nice
anything.
already. She look nice already.
decent. That's,
She look decent.
Yeah, she definitely looks decent.
And she's not gonna give no filter.
Yeah, she doesn't look ratchet.
She's
And she
16.
doesn't look,
Is a filter error?
It's a filter.
Well, yeah, you're 16.
I hear you, Trev. Times
Pretty
just
sure the
change.
kids out here don't,
There's probably some new filters that we don't even know about.
probably.
Yeah, I just
Done.
messaged non-filtered one.
I mean, she looks all right, though. She looks
Yo,
decent.
but you know what I mean?
She looks,
Okay, let's get off the looks. All right, so
Yeah, Trev.
that matters.
this is his
Go
first.
ahead.
This is his first date.
That we know
I
about.
don't know if it's his first, but it's the first one that he gave me the bat signal for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it shows that, but it's not even that. For the fact that he's making protocols to go see Shorty,
Yeah.
I would say this. I may have to take the catty off her still.
You
but
probably should.
Well, to me, she's not a catty
Probably. It's like that.
until I hear that there's more involved, and I'm not.
I'm off her. I'm saying about your little brother. What did you tell him how to act with on his first date?
Yeah, you give me
Yes.
I had that
advice.
conversation with him before. Yeah.
Like what did you say?
I mean, give him the presentable stuff like things he needs to do.
A podcast we're recording, sir.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of a sentence.
Yes. I mean, I want to know the
Texan.
Yeah.
Dennis is texting. Dennis is trying to get the live
I
footage.
can't even say that. I can't even say it. I'll just read that and keep moving. No, shit.
Wait, what?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh God,
I don't want to know.
We'll talk about that later.
Wait, what?
I
What's
don't
going on
want to
here?
know.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk.
Yo,
about
no,
that later.
look, but he said that out in the text message.
No.
Yeah,
Both
it's a
of you
lot.
over there, no.
That's a lot.
Brother
He said
crazy, man.
He said a lot in the text
Brother
message.
crazy.
No, listen. Back to let's talk about proper date. Especially
Let's
first
get off
date.
of that, yo.
I mean, but it's true. I'm happy we're talking about this
Yeah,
this
yeah.
topic, especially for
You're young too.
No, for young people,
Yeah.
people who's
Yeah.
going on the first motion, and you realize, Trevor, we're talking about this. There's still grown people who don't know what to do on the first date.
Like, y'all remember y'all first date?
My first date.
Yes,
Dang, let's go back.
I mean
way
the first date that counted. I can say that. No,
What
well,
does counted mean?
Yeah, I was about to
all
say.
right.
I was like, what does that
well, I
mean?
mean, the first one that counted, what I guess from start to end. So I guess that would have been my first official date because I've had meetup dates where we've met up a place, same like how Dennis's brothers going to the movies and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also had dates where what I considered a full official date, where I mean my situation, just like how Dennis would have been picking, giving his little brother a ride, where my ride would have picked up the girl from home, took us where we need to go. So we had the whole time, then drop her off. So I still had the time in the car, been able to walk her to her doorstep and things of that nature. So that's what I'm talking about.
Hold on, since we're on that
I
topic,
remember now.
What was everybody's first date experience?
So my first date was Eminem's 8 Mile movie.
Woo!
Yeah, it was a double date.
And you
Good
just
choice.
aged yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But don't worry, we're
Thanks
in
a
our
lot,
30s.
Trev. Thanks a lot.
I was like, that was
I must have been like
dumb long ago.
14. Yeah, I think it was like 14,
Man,
13.
never let go.
You only get one shot.
That's a good date.
The movie was packed. Yeah, it was a fun date, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was a white girl,
Boom.
She was rapping after the movies.
Bam.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah?
It was a little
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
it
she
was
got
fire.
inspired.
I'm gonna let you know right now that whole phase in history after that movie came out was
Everybody wanted to freestyle.
yo, everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
You got people that was sitting there wearing the Wrangler jeans popping up in the Dickies and the Air Forces right afterwards. Like, yo,
Nah.
Johnny, you was looking mad
See,
different last week.
That's how it was for you. They had the Jenko. Remember the Jenko jeans?
Yeah.
Those kids were rapping.
Oh, God.
Like the goth kids with the Jenko jeans on. They were
You can
rapping.
do it, bro.
Everybody
I
was
don't
inspired.
think you can.
Yo, it was serious. They was really ripping too, man. I was like, yo, what?
People tried. I mean,
like,
I like stuff like that. I like creativity.
Yeah, it's culture. It's cultural exchange. It's fun.
Yes, I
So
love
his
sharing
first
culture.
day was 8 Mile.
Yeah, 8 Mile, and then like I didn't have any dates until after high school. Then that was like the movies. No, it was the one day I went to the park. That was a cool experience. Like I went to the park, played some basketball, chilled.
All right. See, you did the movies.
Yeah,
How old were you?
for the movies, probably 13, 14.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
That's good.
I think I was
So I think we
must have
should
been sophomore, junior of high school.
sophomore, junior year.
Yeah,
All right. So I think my first date would have been, I guess, what you call when you're 13 years old. What grade is that in America?
7.
Actually, let's
Probably-
let's
it might be
divide into
freshman.
2 categories: your first kid date and then your first adult date.
adult date.
Well, a young adult date. We'll go that way.
All right. Well, I mean, for my first kid date, I guess 13 years old, 7th grade, right, Trev?
Oh, yeah.
Seventh
I think
grade.
7. Yeah.
I had a link up. That's the reason why I said it depends on how we set this date. I had a link up with some girls, older childhood. Shout out to anybody from Jamaica who listen. Them know older childhood girls. Mentality is mad.
Okay.
Yeah, but link up with some older childhood girls, and we went to Skateland. Skateland is I guess it's self-explanatory.
roller rink? Yeah.
It's like a roller ring. I mean, but that's the Jamaican lit version, Trev. I mean, dancehall music I play, skating is going on, it's packed. Take forever for you to get through the line, which was pretty good because based on that experience, I was able to hold a nice conversation with a girl. Because if I tell you how this date came about, it was funny. I don't even go to half a tree. Half a tree is like a different direction from where my school was.
Yeah.
But I mean, locations is in Jamaica, just so I can get that out. And I was on the bus, and I see this girl staring at me. She stared at me, and I look back. I have a thing whenever I see ladies and them look at me, I like to smile. So I look at her and smile, and then she smiled back. So
You have a thing.
yeah, I mean, it's bad, Trev. Like I don't.
I just realized what he said.
Yeah.
I don't smile when I see ladies. Yeah.
No, because I
That's a
mean,
thing.
no, because look, all right. I watch videos, and there's some things that people tell guys when you see a lady. There's stuff you're supposed to do, because not every girl likes a guy that smiles. Some girls like to see her start first because I guess it leaves some form of mystery.
What the teeth look like.
Depends on what the teeth look like, but
Yeah,
in that
it's
moment,
a certain way you gotta smile.
yeah, but in that moment, and I mean, it is a certain way you can smile. It's not a creepy smile.
Yeah.
So she looked at me, and I looked at her, and she was looking cute. So I smiled. She smiled back, and then I proceeded in the bus. Now she was like 2 or 3 stops away from me, right? So we on the bus, and by the time I got her name, she got my name. We were basically about to get at a stop. So she go, "What you doing this weekend?" I'm like,
Okay.
I want to go to Skateland. What about you? She's like, "If you're gonna go to Skateland, me and my cousin will come out there." So this is. I want you to understand, guys. This is 15 minutes shot.
Yeah.
I had 15 minutes to shoot this ball. So I shot I shot the ball, right? 50. I was down to the second coming up. You know what I mean? She's getting off the bus, and I'm like, yo, Skateland. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, yo, this is the movement. So
Yeah.
Saturday came around, and the boys are like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, I tell this girl to meet me at Skateland." Feel me? So this is what I mean. There's no cell phones. You feel me?
Yeah. Like, hey, meet me there.
You meet me here. So there is no knocking on her gate because we were young. As I tell you that we're 13 years old, and it was just pure hope. So I got dressed and I went out there. I went to Skateland, and I stood out there for an hour. I'm gonna keep it real. I kind of gave up. Like I was like, damn, bro. Like Kathy's not gonna show up, and then the boys started making fun of me because I'm out there with a squad because they're going to Skateland, and me they're trying to wait for the girl.
Supposed to meet up.
He was supposed to meet up, so they're clowning me. Oh, she left you and she ain't showing up. Tutus. I see her and the cousin. I'm like, ha, bet. So we and that was my first official meeting a girl out. We got there. I know how to skate a little bit, so we were sitting there. I taught her how to skate. Did a drink thing. Jamaica had with Portmore at this time had this thing for KFC. Like KFC was swole. KFC was like a whole nother event. Like if you go to KFC, it takes about an hour to get your food. I mean,
KFC is big in Jamaica.
It's big in Jamaica. Like Trev, you don't understand. The lines is like forever long.
Is it the same recipes like they have here, or do they have something different?
They have different
I think
stuff.
it's different.
No, it's slightly
If
different.
I came up here and had KFC, I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
like
'cause they say like overseas, like depending on which country you go to, they all have different things on the menu.
I mean, our
McDonald's.
barbecue chicken is officially I know for a fact. Like Dennis, when I mean KFC is swole in Jamaica, like going to KFC and making it through the drive-through is a date. You're laughing, Trev. I mean, Dennis, when I mean you're laughing, the line is so long that you and homegirl can get it popping before you even get your food.
That's the KFC over in Portmore you're talking about? I know exactly.
Yeah.
That area is live too. That's the
Yes.
thing. On Friday night, that area is live.
Lit.
Yes.
That is
So-
too long.
So I mean, to sum up the story, did that, get to Skateland, got some food, got to KFC. We sat there for about 2 hours. We talked. And then at the end of the night, there's this things. It's just like short taxis. So it's like a quick taxi to your side of the neighborhood. So when you go down to this area, there's guys with cars. And to show you how reckless we were in Jamaica as teenagers and kids, as long as this guy saying he's going to your area, like, okay, good, there's a taxi man right here. And we just jumped in the car. That's just how we did it back then.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
That sounds safe.
it sounds safe, right? But it's just to show you.
That's the culture.
It's a culture. At these times, people weren't getting kidnapped for I guess body parts, and I guess that dynamics wasn't hit this side of the world yet. So we were just doing it like it was all willy nilly. Until I can say this, as time grew, for me living in Jamaica, we all get our personal taximan. And when I mean get our own personal taximan, is like
somebody you know.
you trust, especially if you're going on a date. then you can let him know, yo, bro, I got this shorty I'm trying to take out, and he will let you know, like,
Make
okay,
sure your car clean.
you know, it's not even make sure your car clean, because remember, growing up, I'm gonna say this, growing up in Jamaica, people who had money had a car. Like, I can say this, I think there was only 1 or 2 people in my whole high school that had a car, and they were rich people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
teenagers, you don't see teenagers. with cars
teenagers
in Jamaica.
don't really have cars in Jamaica. So for you to be going on a date with somebody in Jamaican high school, you'll be pushing it to the limits. I mean, so cut it up. Me and her took the taxi. You know what I mean? We sat in a taxi. We did a little ride down to the neighborhood. Boom. We got out at the same stop. This time I got out with her because I'm going to make sure I walk her home. Do the whole safety thing.
Okay.
So walk her home. Now I know where she lived. And then the rest is history. But that was my first.
All right, Donville, we can go back to your
official young date.
Go back to your first adult one.
Damn, my first adult one, I don't even remember now.
Wait, you guys got to go. I mean,
You got adult.
okay, so I just gave the teenager one. Y'all got to give an adult
So
one?
you have another one.
That was my young one. That was 13.
All right, let him finish up, and then we go.
Dang,
back to you.
Yeah.
it's gonna be short
I
because
hope you're ready.
I barely remember what
I'm
movie it
trying to
was. Or
remember
anything.
mine.
I remember it definitely was a movie we went to, but no, was it? No, hold on.
I had to change up mine.
It was either a movie or we went to Orlando City Walk. It might have been Orlando City Walk though. It might have been a movie at Orlando City Walk. It was one of those things. It was a long time ago, but
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Okay.
I try to keep that in my mind.
All right, so you
Well,
got another one?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess my next adult date would have been with my wife.
Oh, yeah.
Because not saying, I mean, I went on little things, but I guess we were talking about young stuff. My first adult date was with my wife when I had clarity. I mean, I was trying to be impressive. Trying to make sure that every moment was a lasting moment.
Every kiss begins with K.
Every kiss did begin with care. Free promotion.
Well, they don't want to use K.
We're seeing it didn't bring in with K. It became with C.
No, with the S. Yeah, you know,
Became with C.
being with a C. No, but so for me, especially, and this happened in America because, as you can tell, I left Jamaica when I was still in my teenage years. So for me, it was with my wife. I did some proper preparations in the sense that I didn't have a car yet.
Yeah.
You know, so made preparations, had a friend we went to go pick her up. It was at Outback Steakhouse. You know, so I did the official, I made a reservation, and I even lied and told them that it was her birthday, so we had the free cake. And it came
cake.
yeah,
Nice.
it came and saying happy birthday. We laughed about it because it was just funny, especially in the first. She was like, "Why you did that?" I was like, "Well, I want you to get a cake, especially to show you that this is special. It's our first." So, you know, it was a memorable moment. I remember having a flip
That's
phone.
actually a plug idea, dog.
Yeah, stop stealing my plug. This is my plug.
That's a plug idea.
You know, so I did that. I made sure that I had enough money in my pocket, so there was nothing that was off limits on the menu. Anything she wanted was able to get. I mean, I kind of budgeted in. I budgeted in about $200. Never, and I mean, I didn't know how much food and stuff that cost at this time. I mean, young in Miami, in the Kendallish area, all I know is middle class and people who are balling. So I left from Jamaica where nobody had cars. Then when I show up in my high school, which is Sunset in Miami, everybody has like Mercedes and Lexus and BMW. So every time I hear them doing something, it costed bread, you know. And they took me places that always cost money. So I just felt like this is what it took to make my wife happy.
Yeah.
Now, the funny thing is, I took her there to the restaurant. I had all this thing planned. I mean, make sure wine was ready and all that. And the only thing she really wanted was a salad, which is funny. So just to show you that, you know, the simple things that matter.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
You know? So,
At least you was prepared for it.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I made sure I was ready to pick up the check. You know, and
That's what's up.
I want to say this. If you're going out with somebody, I know there's people that can split the check. I feel like if you're still in the first date, the first, like, moments of something, you can consider that, but I feel like a man should always pay for a woman's food.
Yeah.
If you decide to go out on a date, that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? And to each their own, because this is, we can trickle this debate down a little bit
I
further.
think-
No, I'm
We
pretty
all
sure
friends.
we had this
Yeah.
debate before. We all agree.
Yeah.
We're all there.
But yo, I forgot about this about first
There
date
you go.
experience. Okay, so before the one Trevor knows about, there was this girl, man. She was bad. bad.
Bad to the bone.
Man, I love my wife, but she was the baddest girl I ever dated, yo. She was bad.
Give a shout out.
Anyway, I'm not shot names out
She's
there.
done. She shot.
No, I mean,
Bad.
she was bad until the wife shows up, then the wife is
But
badder.
man, so like I was talking to her throughout high school and stuff, and then college came around. I was helping her with the math and stuff like that. You know,
you go.
helping do a little tutor work.
Yeah.
And during
Give her
that
that
time,
intellect.
I shot my shot. You know what I mean? And she let me shoot. So we had all set up like, all right, let's go on a little date to First, she wanted me at some club, and then like that fell through. We ended up doing it, but then I was like, "Yo, let me take you out to Orlando or whatnot. We could chill, you know, go to City Walk, see a movie, eat,
Yeah.
you know, do our thing." She's like, "Yeah." So I pick her up. We drive over to Orlando. We're at City Walk. We had a good time. I had a little watch the movie there.
Yeah. What movie y'all watch?
I don't remember,
All right.
but we
I ain't watching no
Here's the
movie.
memorable
Didn't
part.
matter.
Here's the memorable part. So, my boys over in Orlando saw, yo, let's meet up with him, whatnot. And then we weren't able to meet up with him, but we're like, let's go to Denny's, have some food, right? Tell me how I didn't have no more cash left.
Oh, no Cash App.
So we had dinner, and then the check came, and I was like, oh crap, I don't got no more money, yo. And she had to cover it, yo.
Shout out to the shorty who
What
covered the
happened
day.
after that? though?
She didn't like it. That's why.
Donald made sure he had cash anytime he went on a date after that.
Y'all was good or like that?
I thought we was good, man. She was like,
Didn't she know no woman by
she
now
didn't
and
wanna- She didn't want to give your boy a second chance, nothing,
Yeah,
bro.
especially when she talked to her friends after that.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
Yeah, that's how a woman thinks normally.
There was no more tutoring after that.
No.
It was the side eye, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's that dude that took me out and made me pay.
Oh,
Yeah, that was like
You
that.
paid for the movie though, right?
Yeah, I paid for the movie, but
I
yo,
mean,
dinner was like $25. You know what I'm saying? At gas.
It's a date. You pay
Mind
for
you,
everything.
these like the struggle days. But movie, dang, back then
was like
must have been like
$10.
$10 for both of
Yeah.
us. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
okay, so you just underestimated.
Exactly. Then you got gas, you know, to Orlando back then.
Yeah, because
like,
you drive all the way
Oh,
over there.
see, that happened.
your boy wasn't balling like that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like, hey,
back in like their knowledge, this was early 20s.
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
This is like my first college date. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Oh man, my bad.
yeah,
and I'm
man.
happy that we're
Yeah.
I'm happy that we're having
Dang.
this conversation.
It hurts to this day, man.
Yo.
It hurts to this day.
All right. All right, let me look at the concept. Do you guys ever know about Boy Meets World? For anybody who watched
Yeah,
Disney back in the
Every
day?
episode, yeah.
All right,
Topanga.
Topanga and Corey.
She just got married too.
yes. Shout out to Topanga.
I'm sad.
No, but hold on. The reason why I'm bringing this up, I had an epiphany this week, so I want to touch on this, and I'm kind of happy that we kind of tied into first endeavors. You know what I mean? Especially the relationship department. I'm a big fan of Boy Meets World, the series. You know, I mean, I even watched the new one, but that's because my oldest daughter started watching it, so it kind of touched my soul first a little bit. I came to realize that a lot of things that Corey told Topanga is things I say to my wife.
You was watching a lot.
Yeah, he got that game from
no,
Corey.
no.
Because you're
I
doing the
did.
same thing I was doing.
I did, Donville.
Studying Corey.
So I mean, I would pull my phone up and play it.
Flannel shirts.
So I had a friend posted something on Facebook
Yeah.
about, you know, I want to love like Corey and Topanga. So I started laughing. You know, I mean, to me, it was hilarious because I was a Boy Meets World fan. So I hit play. So I started watching it, and the wormhole started at that point. And I'm listening to everything Corey is saying to Topanga, and I'm like, this is where I got it from. Like little things. Like I'm gonna drop a nugget for anybody who's trying to tell them girl how to feel. Is like, if I had to think of my perfect woman, there's no way she to come close to you. You feel what I'm saying? And these are things that I tell my wife.
So it's cheesy.
Boy Meets World.
No, I mean it is cheesy stuff, Dennis, but it's stuff that I say. But it just shows my age in the fact that I watch it so much. Like, I watched that video, and Dennis, I'm talking about if there's 10 minutes of the whole thing playing, out of 9 minutes and a couple seconds, like I have the whole thing literally recited, and I'm like programmed, and I'm watching this. So she's not watching it, and she's crying now because she's like, "Oh, these are all the things my husband's saying to me." And I'm like, I'm
glad she took it that way.
Yeah, no, she
Yeah,
did.
because she could have went left.
No,
Yeah.
it could have went left, but it was good things to say because she knows how you see how Trevor just said he loved Topanga? I love Topanga too. You know what I'm saying? Like when I growing up, if I could have found Topanga, bro, I would have been married since forever. But I guess Chanel is my Topanga. You know what I mean?
She is, yeah.
You feel me? Because I have the same emotions towards it. That's the reason why I say all these things. But it's just to look at the concept of how much when we're a little bit we learn things that's embedded into us. You know, like I mean, Boy Meets World had different scenarios. There's different things that happen throughout the series, but this kind of highlighted the whole love thing, and it went from when Corey was young until he went all the way to college.
Yeah.
So I watched all of. When I mean I watched it, I watched it.
He stayed consistent.
Yes, he was very consistent in how he told Topanga. You know what I mean? How I feel, especially when I mean a marriage, a relationship, and when they were younger, went through some things. And I mean, I guess any relationship had rocky roads because I had rocky roads with my wife. You know, when I said stuff like, I mean, you may find somebody else to love, but I'll never stop loving you. You know?
Jeez.
And then I started, you know, I guess walking to my car or whatnot because I'm about to leave. And she was like, where you going? I'm like, you know, I'm leaving. So I just dipped. It started raining. I think I drove down to Miami and linked up my boy Jason. And then probably like an hour later, there's a knock on the door. And when it was raining, and my wife was standing there in the rain, like soaking wet, say, yo, I came back here to get my husband. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, and there are little there's scenarios with these things. So yeah, but it was just funny. Now, I'm saying that it's the same situation in Boy Meets World that happened like that too.
Yeah, I remember that.
You feel what I'm saying? When Topanga came back with Corey,
she's dripping wet.
Hey,
I wasn't thinking that way.
In the rain.
The rain. But I want to say this. It kind of highlighted stuff. So I'm gonna say this. I realize that the brain kind of pick and choose what it wants to use at times, but you got to know when to use the thing. So I'm gonna say this for any parent who listen to, try to make sure your kids is around some positive things, because if you have your child around positivity, you feel what I'm saying, and I'm gonna say creative way of thinking, creative ideas, you'll be surprised what can spark out of them. Because I found love through a TV series. It gave me a small idea what love is, because as I grow in times has changed. But you know, I'm kind of happy to see that I retained a lot of stuff just from a little TV series. Shout out to Boy Meets World.
Okay.
All right.
So, dog,
Dennis, come on, y'all.
Ready for your
two relationship?
The young one and the old.
As far as like jit first dates, it's
Jit first date.
We should call it an episode Jit First Date.
Yeah, for real.
hey, that works.
No.
I would say
No.
like high school football games, stuff like that. No, nothing too crazy as far as those go, because you just show up, go to the football game, you're hanging out with friends and stuff, and
Bet.
after that you just go home. So
Yeah.
that's regular school day stuff. And I had a decent amount of those. Yeah, so all right, so like I would say my first real date was when I was a porter at Lexus. So,
Making a good check.
yeah, I mean for where I was at, yeah, that check was decent. So I'm sitting there, and then there was one day this lady came up, and yo, she was bad, white girl too, bad. She had the bob cut, blonde hair, like crystal blue eyes, and she was tall, like perfect figure. Like when I say she was gorgeous, dog, she was gorgeous. So she pulls up in her, her IS 300. I'm like, okay, or whatever. So sit there, I greet her. She's staring me in my face. I'm just doing my job, chilling. So like, how like you notice somebody staring at you.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there, looking around or whatever, and I turn around because I feel like there's somebody looking at me, and she's looking at me through the glass of the building. So I just smile and I wave, and then she waves back. So then the service porter lady, she calls me in, and she's like, oh yeah, this is our service porter Dennis or whatever, and blah 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 blah. It's like, oh, nice to meet you and stuff like that. She's like, oh, nice to meet you too, and we're talking for a little bit, and then I walk back out because obviously I have a job to do. And then she the service porter lady left her in there, and she comes back out, and she's like, oh, I need you to take her to her car for me. I was like, you need me to take her to her car? Yeah, I need you to take her to her car. And then she winks at me. I'm like, my dog.
Good looking out.
So like, go out to go get her, whatever.
Wait, this is a Jit one?
No, this is my Jit one was like, it was nothing really crazy.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, it was like,
We want to know, Dennis.
I knew you hit this time.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Trevor, he said Lexus. I was like,
Yeah,
Can we continue with this? I'm
Sorry.
interested. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So, all right. So we're sitting there. We talk. We exchange numbers. And I go back inside. I'm like, yo, what happened? And she's like, yo, she was staring at you through the window. She was like, he's really, really cute. Or whatever. So we met up for lunch and we went to the gyro place that used to be by that metro on Malabar.
shout out to Gyro.
Over by Nona. Where you used to pay your bill.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
I'm not
about.
telling all our street names, but yeah. Go ahead.
Right,
I know what you're talking about, Dennis.
no more. But yeah, we went over there, got a gyro, whatever, and that was like we just met up for lunch so we could talk and get to know each other.
Yeah.
Remember this.
So then,
I remember this one. Go ahead, continue.
all right. So then we planned to go out. So we ended up going out to downtown Melbourne, and we met up. I got her flowers and stuff like that, and she was like, "Oh, thank you," and all that type of stuff, and we were vibing. So we go to this is where everything just pretty much went like whatever.
Went left or right?
It went left. Like,
Man, y'all
it
first
went-
be going left, bro.
Hey, that's why in the past.
nah, because like this is why it's very important to ask people how old they are.
Oh,
Yeah, so we're
Wait,
sitting
what?
there and she wanted to go to food bar. I was like, okay. And she was like, oh yeah, let's go to food bar. Let's go grab a drink. I'm like, I wouldn't be able to grab a drink, but I think I could get inside. She's like, what are you talking about? It's like, I can't get a drink. I'm not old enough. She's like, you're not old enough. She's like, how old are you?
Oh gosh!
I'm like, I'm 18.
Whoa!
She said, you're 18?
yeah.
It's
She's
like
like,
20.
she's like, you look like you're 23.
How old was she?
She's 24.
Yo, damn.
That was left. That was a rossed up, dog.
Nah, 'cause
So
she
during
said-
this lunch, y'all didn't ask them about age?
Ain't no age question.
What?
Because like when
What are y'all talking about?
When we worked there, that wasn't a question that you really asked anybody. Because like,
Well, I mean, at 24, you be like, okay, so what college you go to? How was college? Where do you work now? Like,
What are you studying?
she knows
It's just-
she knows where I work. Cause
Well,
she
yeah.
at the job. Like other stuff like
That's
that.
right, dog.
We were in the process.
She read the biopic. She did.
We're in that process of we were getting to know the individual person.
yeah.
So she was like, "Oh, I'm 24." And I'm like, "Oh,
Dang.
okay." And then I was like, or whatever. But like, it was like she didn't care. So she
Okay.
was like, all right, let's just hang out. So she's like, you know what? I think we could do it. I think we could swing it because if you look old enough to me, you're gonna look old enough to this guy. And it was a
This
door
guy's
guy.
like,
It was a
bruh.
door guy. So I walk up, and she's like, just play it cool. I'm like, all right, cool. So we walk up to the door at food bar and chill. Dude looks at me and he looks at her, and I just give him the head nod. You know what's up?
Yeah.
He was like,
good.
yeah.
And
He was
then
like, yeah.
he
You
let
pulled
me
that.
in.
He was like, you
Okay,
pulled that,
that's what's
dog.
Yeah, he let me in.
That's what's up.
Because she looked old enough.
Yeah.
And I looked old enough.
So he was like, yo, you pulled that. Hey, props to
Like,
you.
he's like, there you go. Like, it's like, go on in. And I turn and I look at the person behind me. He's like, ID,
Yeah.
please. So I was like,
Oh, yes.
I'm like, this is the Lord's work right here. Let's get it. Like, so,
Travis. No, don't put
so,
Jesus
like,
in this.
we were sitting there, and we were hanging out, drank wine and stuff like that. And we ended up going to that one art bar or whatever it was, where the people played the live music or whatever.
Yeah.
She went up, she sang and everything, and it was cool. And like we had fun. Like the majority of that night, we had fun. Like, and she wanted to date me, but as far as like when she like kind of went over it with her peoples,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's still a baby.
Yeah.
like
I don't know, dog.
He's
I don't look.
handsome and stuff like that.
Yeah, they hit it with
He's
that game.
he's
Age is
still
just a
baby.
number.
Yeah.
You can't.
He just
Can't do
turned
that.
18.
Yeah.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, age is just a number.
Man.
Like leave that one alone. And she had a good job too. She was.
Good. She should have got you a job there.
What is it? She worked for. What is it? She worked for Bill Posey when he was running. For,
Oh, wow.
For whatever. So
Nice.
like, I was like,
She's political.
In the
yeah,
campaign.
but that one was straight, and then we just ended up being cool for a little bit, and it just kind of like faded out after that. Cause
Yeah.
it was like, dog, like that one was nice though.
Man.
But like as far as where I learned like how to like quote unquote interact with females, I got two sources. A positive source, Will Smith.
Yes.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Ooh.
Because I'm very like when it comes to coming up with stuff on the fly.
And see, I've been clouding on them boys,
very,
bro.
very quick witted when it comes to making people laugh.
Yeah.
So that was always like my bullet in the chamber. Always. Now, what I learned not to do was from watching Johnny Bravo. About
Two different worlds.
The one man army.
Yeah.
yeah, because like you're sitting there and as a kid you don't pick up on these things. And I know y'all remember who Johnny is, but for anybody that doesn't know who Johnny Bravo is, Johnny Bravo's goal in this entire cartoon, even though it's a kid's show, is to get laid. That's his entire goal. It never happens.
Never works.
Because he always gets turned down. Like you don't realize this until you get older. But he says some of the craziest stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy disrespectful what this dude said. And like they'll like throw him on his ass, or they'll hit him with a purse, or you'll see the ones that got mace, the bricks in the purse.
Yeah, I remember those.
Everything that he said resulted in him.
Nah, like in the TV show.
Yeah. Everything that he said resulted in him being assaulted by the female for being disrespectful. And there was like one episode where he was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and I need to figure out what to do it. So he started getting like upset because he's like, he got fed up with getting beat up all the time. Yeah. So the little girl that he was that had a crush on him, the little Girl Scout was Susie or something like that.
Yep.
And she was like, why don't you just go about things like this? Like if I wanted a guy to, talk to me, I would want him to do this, this, and this. So I was like, oh, okay. So then he switched up, he took off the black tee, put on like, I think like a regular like white shirt, like you got dressed up like a normal person.
Yeah.
And then he walked up to this lady and, he hit her with that, excuse me, miss, my name's Johnny, blah. He gave her the sweet talk. And then he did the whole traditional date thing because he really wanted to get with this chick.
I think I remember this episode.
It worked. And he's like, this is what I've been missing out on all the time. It's like, yo. He's like, yo, I should have been doing this a long time ago. But Johnny has that one-track mentality, so eventually he ended up switching back to regular Johnny. Yeah. And, she kicked him to the curb too, but he's like, oh, I can't help how I am and stuff like that. I'm like, I do not want to be that guy. So, granted, the show was entertaining. I took it as one of, like, everything that he did. I'm like, okay, this is how not to do it.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then I grew up on Boy Meets World too. And what else did I watch? I watched a lot of like family stuff, like Home Improvement, and
I mean, I grew up on a lot of them things, so I can attest to that. It's the mentality for things, what to do and what not to do was very much around.
And then whatchamacallit, Full House, Uncle Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse was smooth, ladies. Yeah. But I like how Dennis Will
Jason
Smith.
Stamos, like when they the thing that was good about that show is it was a family oriented show, and like you saw when he got married, had his kids, and how he interacted with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they had like that beautiful relationship.
And it was so cloud, and they cracked jokes.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. I mean, but then as I said, I like when you use Will Smith. I would say what Will Smith kind of did show for anybody who grew up on Will Smith. I mean, Martin was how to keep spice in a relationship, I guess.
Damn, Gina.
Yeah, because they be clowning, but Will Smith showed you that you should always have character. You know what I mean? Be yourself. You'd be surprised. Some of the most beautiful girls will just want you for you.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, granted, he was like a clown.
Yeah.
But that was his persona that he gave him up front.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, he's different.
And even though everybody made fun of Carlton kind of did know how to pull a shorty. I mean, his ways was different.
Carlton was just eccentric. That's all it was.
If that's the technical word of it. But yeah,
it's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Stop that. Copyright.
He was pulling though. Carl was pulling.
Yeah, Carl was pulling. I mean, but Trevor, I guess we're watered down to you, sir.
All right, sure. So okay, the Jit one, my personal Jit one wasn't actual date. Just usually meet up with some of the girls from my apartment complex up in Georgia.
Okay.
It wasn't nothing serious.
Lived in Georgia?
Yes, I lived in Georgia.
Yeah.
Atlanta, to be fact. but
thought you was down south, dude.
it's still the South.
Yeah,
Fraud.
Atlanta is the South.
That is South.
Anyway, so my part wasn't really entertaining, but I would tell y'all when I was the taxi man for my cousins. So this is in Broward. I came down to visit. I'm the one with the car and driving license. So
Yeah, because you can get it for 15 like here in Georgia, right?
Mach 5.
it was that one.
Yo.
This was, and mind you, to date it, this is when I had the car seats in. Yeah, so
Yo, shout outs to the Mach 5. The Mach 5 was Trevor's car at the time, and literally every single adventure we had
it was in the Mach 5.
in the Mach 5.
Yeah.
Like shout outs to the Mach 5.
So I'm in Broward. If you know Broward, I got a phone call from one cousin saying, "Yo, I'm in Miramar." I'm like, "Okay." So I drove to Miramar. He's in this rich area, and he said, "Yo, going to meet up with one of my homeboys from Georgia. He's in Coral Springs. It's distance, right?" I'm like, "Oh, why are we going over there?" They say he got two girls. He's going to meet up with one of them, and he got one for me, and he just drive me over there. I'm like, all right, cool. I got nothing else to do tonight, so
Pause that right quick. That right there, that's how people did it back then. If you was sitting there rolling, your friends wanted to go out too, like,
Yep.
yo, bring your homeboys, I'll bring my homegirls, and we'll chill.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that way everybody's out together, and then you just fend for yourself in the corner over there. Like, if you see one that you like, that do you, but like this one over
go
here.
try.
is me.
The whole wingman thing from last week kind of fits in some of those,
Yeah.
right? So we drove out to Coral Springs, picked up the homeboy. I'm gonna put his name out because that's this N-word. Bradley.
This ninja right here.
Shout out to Bradley. I hope
Shout
he
out to
listened.
Bradley.
So went to go pick him up, then pick up the two girls, right? Now, mind you, I'm the only one that's at least 18.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Keep in mind of all this, right? It's gonna get there. Right? So
Dang.
Bradley's in the front seat. My cousin is in the back seat. We got the two girls. That one girl wilding, and she's like wilding. She got into the front seat, sat on the lap of Bradley. The other chick is sitting next to, all cozy, but not really cozy, but just sitting normal with my cousin, right? So they said, "Hey, just head out," and we're supposed to drop them somewhere. Then they keep on changing their mind where they're going. Now, in middle of driving, I don't know, the two in the front seat start all kissing and making out, right? I'm like,
in the front seat.
why am I
While
here?
you're driving.
I came down just to relax.
Dang.
Right? So they're driving around. Oh, I'm driving around. They're making out. She's start stripping
In the car.
in the car.
Wow,
Oh,
everybody
man.
else is in the car.
Yes, and I'm again, as I said,
And you're 18?
I'm the only adult in the car.
He's ready,
Hold
dog.
on,
Crazy.
hold on. So how old? They were 17, 16?
They were like
They were not ready to
not.
this.
Yeah, let's use that.
So
Okay.
they were old enough
Oh my
To be
God.
not
for
ready.
doing that for if you got pulled over
I'm
since you were in the
done.
vicinity.
Yeah.
I'm
You were
done.
gonna
It-
catch a rape
It's
charge.
Yes,
Sagittarius, yep.
Yo, dog.
So keep listening. So, I'm like saying, yo, y'all bugging out. Yo, what are y'all doing? Can y'all wait till I at least drop y'all off or whatever? Bradley, I'm at least going 35 miles down University Boulevard.
I was spazzed.
And Bradley said, man, you just got to chill, bruh. Yo, dude grabbed my steering wheel and yanked it down while I'm driving.
What?
So I was on the left side of the
Yo.
road and went right.
Freaking Nelson used to do that
University is packed with cops. This is
Yeah.
the end of the month, so it's a bunch of cops.
You already,
you
you
know
already
they
know,
want us.
you know, quarter season down there is
hate it.
heavy, dog.
Because I knew a couple of people that used to do that, dog, and oh my gosh, when I tell you I would stop the car and be like, yo, hop out right now, dog.
Yeah.
Not my
Like
life.
square up, dog, because like you ain't killing me.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, the same dude you were talking about. Yeah, I don't like driving nowhere near him.
Yeah.
Because he was doing some reckless stuff. But listen.
Definitely.
So now after yelling and whatever, my cousin and that chick in the back start their activities too. I'm like, so I'm just a taxi driver.
Trev, you driving the bus, dog.
Dang.
He had a shorty, and he had a shorty, and there was nothing for you.
And you was driving.
I don't want nothing because I don't want to go to jail.
Anything they have to provide is underage.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay, so there was just some random female sitting in the back watching all of this too.
no. It was two girls, two guys,
So they
or
turned
three
you into
guys.
Jeffrey,
Yeah, I was Jeffrey that night.
Dang.
It was a wild Saturday night.
Buster William.
So, the girl in the back started feeling bad because she actually has a boyfriend, and she's all making
Wow.
up with my cousin. And she said, "Oh, can you just drop me at my homegirl's house?" Right. So I dropped her at the homegirl house.
She already cheated.
Oh yeah, she's done. She's done. But I don't think my cousin ever saw her ever again either. But so the other two that's still in the front seat, I'm like, okay, where can I drop her off so he can get out my car?
Yeah.
Right? And said, oh, there's a park here. I'm like, my head, ain't no park open 10 o'clock at night.
No, sun up to sundown.
So
Drop it off at the park. You
but
crazy.
still, get out my car. So I drove to the park. They disappeared. My cousin got in the front seat. I gave him the ugliest look. I said,
This what you do?
this is what you do to me. Me and you been cousins from birth, bruh. Like, and you gonna get me in this situation? It's like, yo, my fault. I didn't know he was gonna be this crazy and whatever.
He was doing the same thing.
No, but he wasn't. At least them two were just making out.
They were in the back seat.
Okay.
And in the
Initially,
back
wasn't
seat.
taking her clothes off.
This one is
Yeah.
trying to get me killed and sent to jail. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh
So,
my god.
a good 2 hours later.
Island Girls trip, huh?
No, I don't think so. These are straight Broward, Cold Spring, Showerside.
They were BAs.
Dude, yeah,
Americans.
yeah. So,
Into their BA.
yeah. No offense to Black Americans, let's not start this war.
Yes.
Oh.
Please.
So,
Against you, stupid.
2 hours later, Bradley called my cousin, said, "Hey, can you pick us up?" All right, so I'm like, all right, fine. We're gonna pick him up and we'll drop him home. So I picked him up. Everyone was silent in the car, right? She wasn't on the seat. She was in the back seat. My cousin in the front, them two in the back, right? There was no freaky stuff going off. So I dropped them off. I at least dropped the girl off, right? And they said their byes or whatever. So driving out, maybe 2 seconds later, I said, so, oh no, I didn't say no. My cousin said, so what happened? I said, man, yeah, we went to the park. Went by some bush, laid it down, right? Now, this is back when we were all public with everything, and we're like, yo, bro, you didn't have no condom. I said, I know, man. But she had a period too, and I hit it raw.
Oh, there's a lot that went on there.
What the? Get out my car, you disgusting.
He got his red
creature.
wings.
Oh, I was disgusting.
He was taking it off. Yo, he was listening to Charlemagne. A period is just the end of a conversation.
Oh my
At least we know how he likes his steak.
Wow.
There's levels. That was when I was a taxi man. All right, just leave it as that. I haven't seen Bradley since, and if I probably would, I'd probably slap him. Like,
Bradley was like, my name is not Cooper.
So, my adult one, I can't really remember on my adult dates. All my adult dates went well. Let's say that. I can't think of anything.
Because I was a gentleman.
I did my thing. I did my part.
It either went to movies or out to eat. I think our first official date was actually when I already started a relationship with an ex, and we went to Chili's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about it. So,
Have you guys ever had any bad ones? Like,
oh yes,
I just told you about one.
oh yeah, yours is.
That was bad, man.
That's a shot from an unsung hero, right?
well, I mean, I'll start it. Well, at least my bad one was it wasn't really that bad. It was we still chilled. I wanted to watch, what movie was that? Guardians of the Galaxy. Technically, it's my fourth time watching it, but I was hyping her up about it and say, yo, let's go watch Guardians of the Galaxy and get a bite to eat afterwards. She didn't even want to watch the movie, but I was like, no. So it kind of killed her vibe from beginning that she didn't want to watch this movie. Watch it. She still was entertained, but she wasn't in a movie
That was
mode.
what
She came out dressing nice, whatever, but she wasn't in the mood for movies. Right?
Yeah.
But then after that, we went to Fridays.
Okay.
And after, the date went Well, but it didn't succeeded after that. It was more of like, we just see each other as friends.
Like, it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my bad one was a little bit different. I mean, I got a shout out to the girl because she still put up with me, even in the situation. So this is in high school, just moved to America. I mean, so I was going to school and this was two Spanish girls that always, I guess I'm gonna say this, they like island guys because when I was fresh, my accent was still even stronger. Regardless, I don't know them, they used to say hi to me. So the fair came around and I just remember them walking up to me and be like, "You want to go to the fair?" I was like, "Sure." So, picked me up, and then I didn't know that it was going to be a double date. Mm-hmm. So when I go outside for the car ride to head up to go to the fair, I realized my other homie was in the car. Shout out to Brian, because that's the day me and Brian became homies. All right, so went to the fair, got there, and we enjoyed ourselves. I'm doing my thing. I see Brian doing his thing. I was like, all right, bet. Then we started going on all these roller coaster type rides. Now, I've been on a roller coaster in quite some time. And I'll just remember there, I went on 2 roller coasters and my stomach started feeling a little bit bubbly. Yeah. And they were like, "Oh, well, just go on this ride called the ship. We just sway back and forth, back and forth, back and forth."
I know that, right?
Yeah. So I'm on the ride, and I guess there's this lady who was there with her son behind me, and it's going back and forth. And I'm feeling woozy. I'm like, "Yo, I got this." And she goes to her son, "Baby, oh, you're gonna throw up?" And I turned around and looked at her. I was like, "Yes." Blah.
Oh my gosh.
And then I threw up on the lady and her son, threw up on the side, got out. I mean, the girls kind of looked at me like, "Yo, you really threw up." I was like, "Yeah." But I didn't throw up on them. Mm-hmm. So it's just this lady and her son and some of the people
Oh my gosh.
on the side, because the ride was still going on when I was throwing up because it was swaying back and forth.
Dang.
So people just had vomit just going back, go back and forth on them. So that was my bad date. Yeah. And the reason why I'm gonna say shout out to the girls, because the girl who I guess was feeling me at the time, she was still pretty nice to me, because she was like, courteous. She was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I think I was feeling bad. I should have never went on a ride." She was like, "Yeah, you should never went on a ride." We chilled, but I can say after that night, we just never really hung on, because I'm not sure if it was me, because I was like, it just kind of stuck in the back of my head that I threw up on all those people, and she was just.
Yeah,
she was
that kill a vibe.
That killed a lot of vibe for me. So that was my worst encounter. And I want to say sorry to anybody who got thrown upon, who listened to the podcast. You're the real MVP. Thank you very much.
You're the real one. Who else got it? You got one, Don?
I told you.
You did.
That was horrible.
Sorry, Dennis.
Let me think. See, with my bad ones, it's there's a couple different things, like if we're going out or whatever, because sometimes you ever go on what do you call it,
date,
what's the word, well, it's a date, but like when you just spontaneous, like you just go on a spontaneous
blind date.
No, not blind
a spontaneous date,
like where you don't have anything
like,
planned
"Oh,
out,
let's go do this."
I think I do that way too often now.
So like here's the thing, when you're going on spontaneous dates with women, make sure they at least have an idea in mind, because like here, one of my exes was like this, and she was very, very, very picky. Like when I say very picky, I'm talking about there was a lot more that she said no to. And we'd be like, "Okay, you're hungry." "Yeah, I'm hungry. I want to eat something." "Okay, you want to go here?" "No." "Here?" "No." "Here?" "No." "Here?" "No." "Here?" "No." "This is your favorite spot." "I don't really want to eat there right now." And like basically ran down the list, and like everything.
No.
Everything was a no. It's like, okay, you're hungry and you don't want anything from around here. What do you want to eat? It's like, well, let's just think of something. I'm like, I just need like everything. Like, you want me to go down a Walmart list, or like, you want to cook something? Say, yeah, we could cook something. So I was like, all right, cool. So what are you in the mood for? I don't really know. And like me thinking about it now, I don't know if you guys ever saw that video where the kid was sitting in the car with his girlfriend asking her what she wants to eat. And she was
Dang.
like, I don't know. He's like, yo, what do you want?
Pick something.
What do you want? Yeah, and he said, pick something. He's like, yo, we've been sitting here for like 15 minutes. You want to eat something. What do you want? And she's like, I don't know.
Dang.
But like, we're just running down that whole list again on what to make. And everything was a no. And it was either a no because it took too long and she was hungry now, or she didn't want to eat it. So I was like, when you figure it out, let me know. And then that caused an argument. So then I'm like,
Man, I'm about to go eat. You figure this out.
You figure this out. Look, I get what I want to eat, friend. And when you figure out what you want, we go get it.
so then long
Exactly.
story short, we started thinking about this at like, I want to say we started thinking about it at around 11ish.
Yeah.
We didn't end up actually making food till like 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, good. That means there's food and after food.
It was just one of those things where like my mind.
I said emotions,
my
right?
mind
I
was
know.
fusing. And then what we ended up doing is we ended up making custom personal pizzas and stuff like that.
Bet.
And that was the first time I made a personal pizza.
Okay.
So I was sitting there, and there's a ratio to the sauce, dog. If you don't have the sauce ratio right, it turns into soup.
Yeah.
Which
It's a whole other
basically
thing.
ended up happening. So I was sitting there, I was like, all right, Chef Boyardeeing it up, throwing
Yeah.
everything on there, cheese over the top, laid it up, and then the second I baked it and I tried to lift it up, it
That
turned
thing was
into a
looking
lasagna.
crazy.
Yeah, so we both ended up messing it up. So we just ended up coming up with a recipe, and we called it lasagna or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Lasagna. It was a pizza
Lasagna.
lasagna. So I mean,
See,
other than
I like that,
really had
Dennis.
too many bad dates, if any at all. It's just certain things that would just throw it left. Oh, and the females that talk during the movies. Don't ever answer your phone while you go to the movies with me. I swear, do not do it, please.
Yes, you should definitely not.
Yeah.
answer the
Oh
phone.
my gosh.
Unless it's an emergency.
I don't know. I'm gonna give you a life hack since you're talk to the movies. Talk about
Oh
movies.
yeah, sorry to cut you off. There was this date. Oh my gosh,
There you go, Downville. Rekindle.
it wasn't bad on my part. It was just like, dang, why did I go out with you again? It was one of those.
Rekindle.
Like, so yeah, I was talking to this girl and went to the movies, and we went to see, I think it was some Denzel Washington movie.
Man on fire.
Like, literally, she's talking at the screen during the movie. I'm just like, really?
Don't go in
Did
there.
you talk doing Man
Mad
on Fire?
loud. It was like, okay, like, yeah, she was jumping up on me on the action parts, like, okay, cool, but like, he was being real ghetto in the movies.
Yo, I ain't gonna know. You
And
can
she's
call
like-
me ghetto for this
And
one.
she's like, what we about to do? You want to go downtown? I'm like, nah, I'm feeling tired. I'm gonna go home. And that was it.
Never, ever,
I'm good.
and I tell you, I never went to go watch a Medea movie in theaters. It's because I watched one sitting in a room with people and I saw what happened. When I
Yeah,
watch the movies, like I could laugh.
there's
and
no need
everything,
to.
But like when it gets like crazy with the laughing and the talking and all that type of stuff, when I'm trying to focus on the movie,
It's too
I
much.
just get irritated.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
So I'm gonna give you out some life hacks to the movie. When you go to the movie theaters, try to get a big bag. I live in Florida, so I would say this when there's Publix here. I normally go to Publix, get one of them. What is this chicken called? The hot and spicy wings.
Oh yeah.
Put it
Dang.
put it in my big bag. Get me a nice drinks. I like Tropicana. Put it in my bag.
You got the whole drink.
Hell,
Yo,
Like the
Sam,
whole
you
bottle.
wild, man.
I'm just giving y'all life hacks. That's what I use the word
bring
life
whole
hack.
thing in my
I bring,
big bag.
yeah, I bring my
Cups,
big bag.
just-
them concession stand
Prices
are
are
Yo,
dumb.
I want you to understand. Look, I just spent for the juice and the chicken, right? It's $12. If you go in there if you buy popcorn and a little bit of thing, it's about $12. And by the time you eat it, you're gonna realize you want more. So I just kill out two birds with one stone. I buy me a full drinks, refill included, right? And that's how much is inside of my container. I be in there pouring too, and I like the look when somebody looks over at me like, "Did you really bring that?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, man.
So get some life hack with that one.
And my wife would be the one to actually get the concession food every
yeah.
time. She'll get the corn dog, the nachos, the popcorn. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh my
last
gosh.
time I went last time paid for like movie theater food was when we all went out and watched Get Out.
Oh,
Last time
That was a nice
spot.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was nice place to play for your
that was
food.
nice.
Yo, guys,
last time like I went to the movies and paid for something,
yeah,
bruh. One hot dog. Keep in mind, one hot dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One small drink. One hot dog and one small drink.
Yep.
Because the girl I was with didn't want anything, and I haven't eaten all day, so I'm like, all right, bet. So they already start making it.
yeah.
Knowing me or whatever, I ain't even worried about it because I'm like, all right, it's gonna come out to be like, like
$10.
Yeah.
$22, my dude,
Just for the hot
Yeah.
dog and drink?
for the hot dog.
What
and the
movie
drink.
theater you
And
went
I
to?
was like, hold on.
That's crazy.
I was like,
I didn't order 4 hot dogs. I ordered 1.
Excuse my language.
Yeah, I got
was
Eddie
like-
Murphy
I was
laugh for
yo,
that one.
Hold the F up, dog. And and the lady was like, "Is there something wrong?" I'm like, "Yo, how did it come out to be this much?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, that's just the price of the hot dog with the drink." I was like,
Like,
yo,
nah, can I
could
get a
an
discount on that?
entire
I'm
pack
gonna need an
and,
employee
and
discount
2
right now.
cases of soda and still have change left over. I started wilding out, and the thing is, I was
crazy.
wilding out, but I was sounding funny at the same time. So the chick I was with and the concession people started laughing because like what I was saying, like it was coming out like it was a joke, and I'm like, yo,
But I'm serious.
I'm not playing. Like, it was like, yeah, that's just what it came out to or whatever.
No,
and
that's
I was
not what it
like,
came out to.
whatever, because like they already,
yeah,
they
Dang.
already made it.
Yeah, they already made it.
So
That's the
like
thing.
I just paid it or whatever.
Dang.
I was like, dog,
That does hurt though.
I know.
$22 for a hot dog and a drink.
yo, salt. I was
Cause got a
salty,
full
dog.
meal at Chili's.
Yeah, I'm gonna
on
keep it real. You
Fridays.
see how we talking
Yeah.
about that? I'm not. That idea is pretty good, guys. I think we should put some fruit to that one.
What you talking
We haven't
about?
been to that spot in quite some time. I mean, the movie theater.
Oh, the
Oh,
one
the
over.
dining
Yeah.
theater.
I mean, I like
AMC
it.
Dining.
Because what I did like about it is, since we can get food, we can get to the spot, walk around.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, Disney Springs.
Disney Springs, the ladies them dress up so they can take pictures.
And let's do it on Christmas time when they do the decorations and stuff. for
Yeah,
Christmas.
I'm down.
That's always nice.
And then we can decide if we want to stop and do that movie theater eating thing.
I'm just not doing that hot air balloon.
No.
around that time.
No, I'm not
No.
doing that.
That is
Can't-
too
yo,
cold.
I can't,
No.
it's not even the fact that it was cold, dog. Like that's too high for me. And the fact
I don't know
of
what
the
it
matter
is.
that balloon was swaying back and forth, and I felt like a cat, dog. Like I'm like, yo, like the ground is moving. Y'all are perfectly fine with this. There's a hole in the middle of this thing. It's being held down by one chain. This chain snaps, we're gone. It's swaying back and forth, creaking, looking like it's trying to tip over. And like all I saw looking around was death. I'm like, y'all cool with this? And then the wind hit the balloon, and are you always like, "Ah," and I'm like,
Oh my
I'm
god!
inside of it, and I'm like,
For those that don't know, there's if you ever been in Orlando and Disney Springs,
Yeah.
there's this like fake hot air balloon.
oh,
that
ain't
sends
fake.
you up.
It ain't fake, down
There's no hot air in it,
Yeah,
guys.
there is.
There's actually hot air.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it goes.
Well,
That's
it's tethered to the ground.
Yes.
So it brings you back in, but this is a
Chain
balloon that
tethered.
goes
Yeah.
that
But-
goes up and yeah. I decided to stay on the ground.
Well,
And
then
watch.
it's, but
Every
then,
day.
then it's per inspection. Per inspection, they have to inspect that chain every day.
Yeah, they
You
should
got
have
roller
to.
coasters, and they still end up being roller
They still
coasters.
they're still being accident, but I don't know. Probably because that's the reason why I
supposed
didn't
to
like
do
it.
one.
On top of that, like
Good.
I'm not the greatest of swimmers. I can't say I can't swim.
You ain't swimming from that
I'm-
from that
Oh
distance.
yeah, when you land from that,
Yeah,
you're done.
yeah,
You
you
don't have to
ain't
worry about
swimming.
swimming.
done.
Let
You're
me tell
good.
you what I saw. I looked
No.
over the edge and I saw the chain going all the way down to the platform, which when we were there looked
Yeah.
big. Now it doesn't. Now you see this little square with this ramp that goes all the way back to shore, and now it's probably about what, like 40 feet going
Yeah.
back to the shore, and then it's just nothing but water.
Yeah.
Nothing
mean,
but water.
I
Come on,
can-
man.
Something
It's
goes
Disney. They're
wrong-
gonna find you. You're good.
Well,
Yeah, it's Disney. They care somehow.
They care about you.
Oh, yeah, they
Like we don't want to get sued.
Well, I'm gonna say
Disney's so
that
amazing.
was a once in a lifetime
Lovely.
experience. That was like a bucket list thing, so I can take that off.
Yeah, it
Same
was-
here. I
Yeah.
did it once, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't need
like
to do
I don't
it.
need to do it
Let's do it
again.
again.
Right, three
No,
times.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
no, but look, guys, underneath of it, especially during the holiday season.
Yeah.
I think for the ladies, especially making the ladies dress up and feel nice, you know. Because I know.
We should probably save money and actually go to one of those restaurants down there.
And not that other one that we went to, because that place was a horrible experience.
that little.
Yeah, takeout spot with the little bitty itty bitty food.
I mean, we were starving, so
For
we just
real.
said, "Hey, just go here."
That Bongos Cafe, that time that we went to the Bongos Cafe was legit though.
I need to go to the Bongos.
Well, let's get a reservation and then go.
Yeah, look, so guys, we're gonna put this in the works, and then probably if we do it, we may do a, make sure in the One Pop Podcast website, we're gonna make sure we post pictures from that event. Especially OPP, especially on Instagram, so everybody can tune in for that. Like a look at holiday special.
No, it's not going to Bongos.
You never been to Bongos?
No, we're still having this
Bongos.
conversation.
Ever?
Yeah,
Cien was there. It was it was me.
we ate at the
Cien,
movie theater.
Chanel. No. We stayed at the resort. That
I
time.
never stayed.
Trevor didn't come with us when we did the
Yeah.
resort thing.
Oh.
It was when you were dating that ex, Dennis.
Yeah.
And we drove up from Miami when we did that. That's when that's
How long
when
ago?
I just had the
long ago.
Oh,
That's just Chloe.
yeah, because we
Yeah.
were doing the thing for the kids' birthday.
yes. That was quite some time ago. I mean, guys, we get into the meat of the day. I guess we can say this was good because I like self-evaluation and reevaluation, self-reflection. So for wrapping this week's episode up, we want to make sure that everybody get the meat of it. The week has been extensive. I mean, I said earlier, I've been very much excited about Bujubantan coming out. I want to say that again.
Yeah.
December 8th. I'm looking forward to it more than anything else.
Yeah, man, that's been pretty quick.
Yeah, it
flew by.
I can say it's been about 10 years since a little bit more than 10 years since Buju's been gone. And I felt like, especially where music and dancehall culture has been heading for quite some time, it's nice to have one of the icons back. I know everything is being planned in preparation for that movement, So I'll make sure I give that date again because I want to make sure that comes around along with other things. And I want to give a shout out. I know my wife and her best friend been doing them thing for quite some time. You guys hear we talk about them Nelly X Nell thing. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure you guys go ahead and check that out first, please.
Of course.
YouTube's
up on YouTube, and we've been talking about this YouTube thing. I think we should make this thing more for fruit, Danville.
Yeah.
Because I think last time we had this conversation, you weren't here. So I want to make sure I tell you that AJ wants to come down here.
Yeah, man, definitely.
So we can get some movements onto that. And guys, I really want to hear you guys' thought on this YouTube movement. Because we want to hear all of our listeners. Please go up on the Instagram. You know where to find us. We're in Stitcher. Mm-hmm. We are on Instagram. We're on
iHeartRadio,
iTunes.
All streaming services except for Spotify.
And I would say Spotify. Yeah, it was looking very nice in the future.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure everybody go out and check us out on that. Drop some info, please. I think the guy code episode I did like it in the sense that it's from somebody from our audience that actually give us something that they want to hear us talk about.
Yeah,
we always got stuff we want to talk about, but we're a podcast. Like I said, we are for us, but we are for the people as well. So we want to hear you guys' ideas, thoughts.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that you personally don't want to talk about. Give it to us. Let us talk about it. For us, it's always open discussion. As you can tell. So, please check us out. Come, give us some nuggets. Because we want to make sure we give the shout out to some of the people, them too. Who've been supporting us for such a long time.
Exactly.
So I want to shout that out on that.
Yeah.
Yo, real quick. Okay, I got a question for you.
Go on.
What is red shirting?
What is red shirting?
Yeah.
It's red shirt. Go back to sports.
Yeah.
In different sense, it means that you're going to be holding a player back for an extra year. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what you're red shirting.
Yeah. So okay, there's a kind of an Urban Dictionary way of using it for
for young chicks.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So I had a Yeah. So I had a conversation with my girl, her friend, which she is, I forgot the age. I think she's 20.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. Her dude is 36.
That's not red shirt.
No. Because she's of age.
Yeah. She's a freshman.
Yeah. But they met when she was up in the 17 and
No.
right?
He redshirted her.
Yeah, so it was like, that's redshirting. She was like, what's redshirting? And I explained it the way C just explained it,
Yeah.
but then I put it with not playing football, but relationships, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I brought this up was when I heard there's a lot of that going on.
Yes.
And I'm kind of like, isn't there a law with this?
Well, no, there's a law. I'm happy you still, Trevor.
Yeah.
The state limit for statutory rape mean that between the age of 16 and 24, if it's consensual between a parent, a child could date someone older. If the male is over the age
you
of 24.
gotta realize that is in the state of
Florida?
Okay, only in the state of Florida.
No, it's not just Florida.
Yes, it's just Florida.
Yeah, that's not
well,
every
there's
state.
other states, but it goes state to state.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
make sure we put that out there for our listeners.
Let me put this.
That in Florida,
Thank
currently, that's
No,
the
thank
laws.
you. But thank you. But
We don't want to be giving no advice like, yo, yeah,
no,
go
I don't
for
want to.
it.
All right,
go ahead.
all right, I'm happy.
Tell your
That,
mom.
I'm happy that you
Yes.
guys said that it's in the state of Florida because my information was a little bit different, and probably because I've talked to people from different states. So I kind of, and I'm gonna say, I thought it was country wide. I didn't realize that it was predominant because I can say a lot of the East Coast does stand by that law. Majority of the states that I know about. So that's I just want to put that narrative. So if you do live on the East Coast,
Speaking of that, where do them Amish people live at?
Amish.
Yeah.
Kind of everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere?
yeah, everywhere where they can get some property where they can stay away from people
And no lights.
and no lights.
There's a
So,
lot in Pennsylvania and Ohio when I was growing up, but they're everywhere, really.
but I do know that, and I want to say this: different family have different rules and regulation because I think it comes down to parenting as well. Because some stuff it does go through your parent. When you have a legal guardian, it's whatever decision they try to make with you and you try to make. So if it's mutual on both parts, I guess some people can go about it. But as a parent, I would not have my daughter, and I do have two daughters.
Okay, yeah. So
Go through something like that.
there's also with the age thing, but it's also with the maturity kind of red shirting too.
Yeah.
Because like I've known with that same situation with that couple.
Yeah.
She's been cheated on. She's been cheated on so much, but she hasn't gone nowhere. And I say your friend basically got red shirted because she's only thinking this is how relationships are.
Yes.
Like I just supposed to accept the back talking, accept the put
No.
downs, accept the cheating. Because I see the dude
why is
right
she
there
putting her
too.
down?
Yeah.
Huh?
Why is he putting her down?
Because she's younger.
She's young. She don't know that there's
Avenger.
actually better out there.
Yeah, especially she may be good looking too. That's the reason why whenever I see young pretty girls with older guys, it's like there's so much that's waiting for you. I had a cousin that went through this issue. I want to say a couple years ago, in the sense that she's a beautiful girl, and there were guys that I'm not for me, but I see guys that was trying to be in her life that would have done good for her. But she was dating this dude, and as Trevor said, she got redshirted. She was dating dude from she was like 15, which I would have. But to each their own. Different parent, different folks, different strokes. Let she go out with somebody who was probably like 7 or 8 years more older than, and then look at what the rabbit hole that she tumbled in. If I would have had my preference, I'd have been like, yo, look, you're fully grown. Look at these guys who want to be with you, and you're kind of stuck with this type of person. And as Trevor said, it's the same thing because the mentality is different. Because, if she doesn't get black and blue like once a year, it's a whole other conversation. To the point where she's like, well, this is how their relationship works, and it's like,
It's like, or I could change him,
Yeah.
or this, that, and third. Or like, it's sad that they fall into that trap so easily.
yes, I wouldn't want anybody to redshirt anybody in this generation. I do strongly believe that.
I mean, in a sense, the term alone is kind of predatory-ish.
It is
'Cause
predatory.
If you're basically like stalking a girl till she's of age, and like, all right, it's cool now.
Like the most famous one was
but it shouldn't
Tiger,
and
yeah.
Cat.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be considered stalking the person.
It is. If you're like saying, yes, I'm gonna pursue you, but I'm not pursuing you.
No, it is
because of
your
age and roles.
No, but I'm gonna say this: if based on football and redshirting, the person is technically on the team, they're just not playing.
So is it really redshirting?
It is it is redshirting, mean that you're telling this person like, look, I can't go public with you based on circumstances. You feel what I'm saying? Like
even that's creepy.
That's creepy.
No, it is.
Like,
It is. No,
see,
it is
that
creepy.
is creepy.
It is creepy. It is creepy. It is predatorial. I'm not denouncing any of those things. But that's basically what it really is. Meaning that look, you're a little bit younger, right? I like you. I care about you, and I want to be with you. But we can't just go public with our relationship until you become a certain age.
This is a crazy conversation.
No, it is a crazy. No, wait. Let me say this. Look, Downville. I want you to say
that
this.
is wild.
Yo, Downville,
It
it's
should
wild.
not be going down.
No, Downville. Look, you're saying it's wild because we live in the United States of America. That's where it's wild. Outside of the United States of America, the instant your daughter turns the age of 12 years old, you can marry her to wherever you want.
Okay, that's why I live in America.
No, but it's that
that's the thing. I don't care what goes on in other countries. Like,
No.
I live in America, right?
Yeah,
We're American.
Yeah, but
so
but
we go by American
that
laws.
is American law
and culture.
Yeah, but Downville, even so, there is still people who marry their 13 and 12-year-old
Dude,
daughters off.
There's
And that's sad.
exactly.
It is sad.
Because those kids don't know.
But Trev, those people who will get married they're not redshirted.
No, they're going straight forward.
They're going straight to the game, bro.
right.
They're straight for the big leagues.
Anyways, this red shirt thing, I'm gonna put it out there and say, yo, it's predatory.
It is predatory.
Oh, yeah.
in nature and in definition. It's like
When I heard that, I was like,
don't red shirt, y'all. Go out there and date somebody.
I'm
you know
gonna
what I'm
say
saying?
That's your age.
That's legal
Not
at
even
least.
age,
Please date somebody that's legal.
Yeah.
That means above
Or
the age of 18. We get to
mature-
another conversation as far as okay, what is the appropriate age? Yes, I think it's okay for maybe a guy's 30 to date a girl that's 22.
Yeah,
That's my rule. You got to the most you should be going down is 12 years.
Well, it depends on where it's because some people look at it as long as you're over the age of 18, dog, you're good to go. So I
no, thank
well,
you.
Trev, and
At least
technically
that's me
and
right
Trev,
now.
no, and that
Yeah.
is you. 'Cause to each your own. But the instant a girl turned 18, that predatorial instinct kind of drops off.
I don't know. It's just hearing the word.
Yeah, but
teen.
tell me, give me a case study where that actually worked.
No. Okay, for example, I know a girl at work, right? Who she's 19 years old, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw her age out there, and she likes the guys with gray feathers.
Okay,
That's
but
a turn on
I'm
for her.
I'm saying, give me a case where that works out. Like I understand she likes them, but where does it work out where they're happily married or whatever?
Well, okay, so I have a cousin where he's 45 and his girlfriend is 28, and they're married. They've been married for 7 years, happily married. But he got a couple kids away from her.
So he started when
So
she
how's
was
that happily
18,
married?
or they
Yeah.
met when she was 28.
No, actually, he met
Think
her
of
when
what you
she,
just said.
no, they're happily married. No, Trev, he got married to her, but he met her when she was 8. Actually, he met her outside of the country when she was 18. Brought her into his country, which he lives in Canada. And after moving her to Canada, she lived with him for a couple of years, and they got married. They married. I mean, based on what I gained from talking to her and talking to him and watching their lives as they try to show it to the world, it seems that they're happy. I mean, every couple has their ups and downs, but from what they're showing the world, it seems that they're happy because he's a DJ, all right, you know. So he goes on tour, and everywhere he goes on tour, she's right there. He brings her there, you know. So like he did a 6-country tour, Trev, but he was doing mad Caribbean islands, and everywhere she was there. So, and their thing, they look happy. I can't say if they're really happy or not, but based on what they're telling the family and what we're seeing based on through their Instagram and messengers or whatnot, they send pictures to all of us. They're doing good. But I want to say this: when she first came into our family, right? My family was giving him a lot of ish for it because I mean, she just turned 18 and he's mad older than her because.
Yeah, you say he's like 40 something, right?
He's 40 something.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just to give you that. But they've been together about 8-9 years now. It's a different. So let me see. So she's still 27, 26, 27, somewhere around there. So, but that's when the relationship started. And based on my understanding, I guess he knew her before she was 18. So I guess he redshirted her too, if we want to throw that red shirt out there.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
creepy.
Well, you know, just some ways. Like, okay, remember the movie Belly?
Yeah.
And DMX.
Oh yeah, that was that.
That was what I would consider.
That was red shirting. That looked like a tryout though, Trev.
Yeah,
That's like a tryout. If you should get red shirted while we're tumbling down that rabbit hole.
It's scary, and yeah, as Dawn said, please don't.
Yeah, no, please don't.
Yeah.
I mean, because I have daughters, so probably I can't speak for anybody who doesn't agree with us on this term. But based on somebody who has daughters, I don't want a male who's like 10, 15 years older than my daughter try to come into her life. You know, I understand that life is experience, and you may have some experience, but I will hope that she'll be able to be somebody that she can grow and mature together with.
Yeah, at least give her a shot to mature.
Yes.
If she's like 25 and then there's a 15-year difference, then
that's can understand. You know. So now, you guys, we're still on this rabbit hole. I do know, because I've known a couple couples do things like this, and I've heard parents look at older guys and was like, "Look, I know you say you like my daughter, you love her, you want to be with her, aka you're red shirting her, right? But let me get her through 3 years of college first, and then we can see where this relationship goes." And now 3 years of college, from times has changed now, because now there's dual enrollment. So let me make sure I just shoot that one out there, right? But
let me get her through her graduate degree.
Yeah, let me get her. Let me get her
doctorate.
And it was more like, let me get her a degree. Let me get her to the bachelor's first, and then we can. I will say yes, go ahead. And there are guys who's like, yeah, I'm waiting for that. Like, yo, if you let me still talk to her on the phone, I won't be coming through to showing up to, to deteriorate the young lady away from what the main goal is. But after that 3 year period, homie showed up and was like, look, you said I'm asking for 3 years. I stayed away. I did everything you asked me to do. Right. So now just respect my wishes. If you know what I'm saying, I respect yours. And
he waited.
That's wild.
He waited. Trevor, waited. Right. Actually, it was a good wait, because waited, got his degree too. So they both got their degree together. He was older than her, trying to do his thing. This couple is another Canadian couple. They basically, they did it, and they left from America and moved to Canada. And based on what I know about their relationship, they've been together for about 14 years now. You know what I mean? 14 years. They got married. They got kids. They got 4 kids. I'm Chanel, if you're listening, we're not having 4 kids. We're stopping at 3. Just to make sure.
Sometimes it feels like y'all got 4 kids.
Yeah.
It's like they just multiply.
It's multiply. So I mean, so I'm not gonna say red shirting don't work. You know what I mean? But it's just like relationship on a whole. I mean, it's what you put into it.
There's a proper way to do it.
There's a proper way to do it.
Just don't. Legit red shirt. There's, she's a jit. Don't entertain that.
Yeah,
but I don't want to say
go away. Come back when she's
go away.
Yeah.
Come back. But it as parent, we have to talk to our kids as well. And I'm gonna say for me to tell my daughter, like, yo, that's not something you need to be chasing down. And
enjoy your youth.
Enjoy your youth. And we are in a predatory environment in the way the world is run right now.
There's some creepy people out
There's
there,
creepy
man.
people. Yeah. And I'm gonna say social media doesn't help, because I forgot I was on Instagram and somebody was showing me this picture of this girl. I'm like, yo, this girl look mad young, bro. Like, yo, you sure this not a jit? Right?
Wow. I've seen the opposite one. Where this girl, like, she looked bad, right? Then on Instagram, then it went to a video says, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm 15, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Block. Delete. I went to go read my Bible.
Yeah.
I had that happen to me when I was when I just started working. I worked at the mall, a little T-Mobile kiosk or whatever.
Yeah.
Set up.
Yeah, I was suited up, dressed up and stuff like that. I was 18. Chick comes up, super bad, Spanish. Comes up and she starts running
14.
games and stuff like that. And like for me, like I noticed, I'm like, that's the first red flag, because usually females don't do that. They'll float and they'll let you run games with them. But she was running game, like she was trying to get put on the team. So I was like, okay.
Then she was trying to get added to the roster.
She was sitting there.
Yeah.
She's talking and out of nowhere, I'm like, how old are you? And she's like, why do you want to know? Second red flag.
You have to ask me that question.
I'm just curious. She's like, well, how old are you? Third red flag. I'm 18. She's like, oh, okay, that's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Not that
Fourth
bad.
red
Yeah,
flag.
you
I'm
need
like,
to
what does not that
get
bad
moving.
mean? She's like, oh, I'm 15. I'm like, get away from me. Get away.
Shoot,
She's
child.
I'm like,
Shoot.
Get away from me, sis.
Go. And she's like, what's the matter? I'm like, I'm not trying to go to jail. She's like, you don't go to jail. I'm like, I'm not.
Oh,
trying to
I
go to
won't
jail. I'm
tell.
sorry.
Wait, whoa.
But
You
that's
won't.
what
Somebody
Like,
else will.
She's like, yo, it'll just be a me and you thing. Like, we don't have to tell anybody. I'm like, get away from me.
Damn.
Have a nice day.
Get now.
Are you trying to buy a phone? Yeah.
Oh, I forgot you're 18. You're not 18.
Exactly.
I can't even buy
Move it.
stuff.
I was
Move.
like, no, I'm good. I'm
You want
sorry.
some accessories?
She's like, so you
go.
don't want to talk to me? I was like, no, absolutely not. I'm sorry. Bye. So then she goes on about her thing, and next thing you know, one of the other dudes working in the mall that was older than me at the time
He's
started
dating
talking
her.
to her.
Bruh.
And like she comes over and she tells me, she's like, oh, you know who this person is? I was like, yeah. I go in there all the time or whatever.
Get.
They're like, yeah, me and him, started talking, and then my eyebrow just like raised. I'm
You're like, what?
what?
He's older than me.
Exactly. Like,
creep.
so she's 15. He was in his 30s.
Oh my gosh.
On top of that,
That's crazy.
You lived a half life before
on top of
her.
that, his chick was pregnant.
Wow.
So like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh.
That's crazy.
Yo, there's some greasy
great.
people out there.
Like,
man.
That's what I'm saying, yo. That's some crazy stuff.
Hey, just wrap up the
Wow.
podcast. My
Yeah,
God.
let's wrap this up.
I want to go take a shower, bro. Like,
Especially living in Florida, man.
yeah.
Sitting there and cry, bruh. I'm about to do it.
All right, guys. So
my little dude about to get. He should be getting ready for his little
Oh
date
yeah,
right
right.
now.
Yeah,
That's true, man.
yeah, I'm gonna talk about date. I'm gonna say this. So we tie up this week podcast, right? Positive thought of the week. I can say before you can love somebody, you have to love yourself first.
Yeah.
So I'm very big this week on self awareness. So I'm quoting in the great quote from Michael Jackson. You have to start with a man in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So who's gonna do the ratchet talk for the week?
Trying to think of one in the last seconds. Just no more hygiene ones, please.
No more nothing
Oh,
more
I was
hygiene.
thinking of hygiene too.
I think it's about
A
hygiene.
pancake and a waffle is not the same thing. One Pot Podcast.
That's like we
How's that ratchet?
It's just stupid, bro.
What was that?
That is
Who thinks a pancake and waffle is the same? That's my question.
I'm running the people, dog.
well, ratchet thought of the week. I saw this on the internet. You have to the person who was straining their noodles in their toilet. Please don't do that. One Pot Podcast, guys.
that was
Strain it in the sink.
disgusting.
We out.
Disgusting. One pot out later.